I'm gonna continue grinding my medic and maybe try out some achievements. And after that, I'm going to play Doom 3 wherever I went from. I don't. I apparently some of the achievements are to finish the game in on nightmare difficulty, and I've never. It's not it's going to be painful mainly because you the only way to survive is to know where you're going. So I might go ahead and restart my veteran campaign so I can have it fresh in my mind, but I'm going to finish the veteran campaign. Anyway, let's begin the game. I'm gonna have to go back eventually and play the original Killing Floor and try to get those achievements, but man, is it difficult. And in order to get them, you do have to get the 10 wave, um, 10 wave. You have to go for the 10 wave rounds. Something is wrong with his bicep. I can't put my finger on it. It's like it's on the wrong angle. I don't know. Yeah, something's wrong with it. It's like the bicep is just kind of uh bulging out. It's strange to me. I think there's a weekly achievement. I don't understand why I have to why it does this. I need to delete the videos again so that I can skip the videos so it loads faster. I know they sometimes hide the the loading time behind all the splash screens. But I wish they were honest about it and they just had a loading bar at the on the bottom. Tanaka. Oh, this one's easy. Tanaka medic. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I don't know. Let's get some random stuff. It's completely pointless. Okay, perfect. The original Killing Floor, I think, was a little bit harder, but if only because of the way the engine worked. You couldn't run. It felt really stiff. There was still a decent amount of firepower you could do. I had a lot of fun with the game, but it definitely has not. It definitely had some age problems. Oh man.
Oh, thank you, me. Oh, suck it!
support is tricky to play.
That's good.
Let me see if I can find ammunition for you. What is this? Oh man. You're not doing too great. This guy's head fell off. Crispy boys. Beer. Kick. Beer Kick sounds like a cute name for a beer place, even though I'm not really into beer or alcohol in general, for that matter. Box near the ticket station.
They've got a sort of red motif thing going on.
Yes, they do. Demolitionist is always also tricky because if you overuse the he has a pretty good damage area of effect thing going on with his starting weapon.
Finish it off.
But you go through it pretty quickly, and it honestly doesn't do that much damage. It's more for clearing out weaker enemies. Stab, stab, stab. I would be really, really upset if my friend kept throwing up at me while trying to beat up somebody.
Nice, huh?
And just imagine everything here smelling bad. I also have no idea what's going on here and why they I'm pretty sure they took this they took this as inspiration from Doom Eternal. big big body, tiny head. I think a bunch of people fell asleep while waiting for that.
Anyone dead?
And as a responsible medic, I have to stay around them. Guys, this is a really bad spot. I mean, I'll do it. Oh, almost fell off. If you get surrounded, this would be a good spot to throw a grenade. Guys are spreading out a little bit too far. I almost became a metalhead because of this game. I think the fact that it was Christian rock kind of threw me off, though. Not that I have anything against Christian rock, just not necessarily my thing. What are you fighting? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. They don't need me. Oh, oh. This is not the best, not the best spots in the world. There's a lot of entry points for enemies.
Need a doctor?
There they go, coming from all directions.
Nice shot.
It's defensible when everybody knows what they're doing, but unfortunately that's, it's not always the case. I just did something very dumb for not much reward. Oh, you're a big boy. I think there's another medic on duty. Our performance is about the same, I think.
Super good to go.
Yeah, I want some extra grenades.
They've got a sort of red one.
Where's that support boy with ammunition? Come back here! I need you. This is a great time for tinnitus.
Hit us, demon. Dipsy. Perfection.
Wave here, Teleri, wave here. We're dealing with it now.
You clip in.
Hey, what's up?
Need a doctor?
Don't just stare at me. I get it. That's actually pretty good, Teleri. You got me with that one.
Chemical burn.
But yeah, no, seriously, they're everywhere.
I shoot. Watch my back. Reloading. Who's alive? You are toxic now, demon.
I think I'm gonna have to turn off VSync. It's not it has problems in this game. I usually shut it off, but there are some games that absolutely refuse to work properly without VSync. There's a cheap Warhammer 40k game uh, that I've been trying to finish. But there was a mission where you got lowered down into an area, and the elevator stops over a pool of lava, but then you fall through the elevator into a pool of lava. And I thought it was just a broken game. It is a broken game, but apparently the solution to that problem is turning on the VSync, which is strange. I have cyber. I actually have a copy of Cyberpunk for the PS4. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to stream. I'm probably going to enjoy it for myself, since everybody else is streaming it. I'll stream it. I'll probably stream it eventually. I'd prefer to stream it for the PC. I got it for the PS4 because it was the only copy that still was selling with the collector's edition. Because I got in pretty late. Oh, where did you come from? But I'm probably not gonna stream it. I'm gonna wait at least until they get some more patches in. That's another thing. It's kind of a new game. Like if it was like an early if it was like an early release version, it was just like not that there wasn't that much in terms of content. I might consider streaming it, but it's supposed to be like the full game. Although they definitely need to work on it, from what I've heard. What is going on with you guys? Guys, get some weapons that actually do damage. I'm a medic and I'm doing the most damage again. I mean, medic is super OP, but come on. And I'm out of ammo. Some gloriously bad aim. I mean, I have a PS4 Pro that I've barely used since I've gotten it, so I'm sure he'll appreciate some usage. My roommate says he wants to open up he wants to open up my collector's edition copy, so I'm going to let him. I actually have two collector's editions because I didn't. I was afraid that I wouldn't be that one of the people I bought from or one of the stores I bought from wouldn't have it. But yeah, both of them arrived. So thank you Best Buy and thank you Walmart. The Best Buy one came with a nice little steelbook bonus. There's a total of 3 steelbooks, and it gives you one of them. So I'm probably gonna wait until he opens it. He's at his friends right now. One of like the 3 or 4 friends that he's visited in the past 8 months. So I think it's safe. I will say this, that no matter a lot of the games that I tried playing, the PS4 Pro runs hot. I mean, I put it into a little cubby. Not a, it's not really a cubby, but it's a slots in my media station, my media center in my living room. It's not that closed off. There's decent amounts of ventilation, including the hole that I drilled in the backer board. It's like a large 2-inch diameter hole for wiring, and it still gets hot. It still runs really hot. I remember I played Final Fantasy Remake for like 5 hours straight several months back, and it was really warm.
What bonus is this? You sleep in.
How are you still alive? We have a demolitions expert and a pyro, and I'm doing more crowd control with my medic shotgun. You know, I'm honestly I'm not happy about how the pandemic is going. I'm not happy about how many people have died. I am very I do like how peaceful it is, and honestly the I'm kind of happy that the I don't know how to say this in an insensitive way. I just like how much quieter it is. Again, not advocating violent, aggressive population control or anything like that. It also made me really consider what I enjoy doing and what I find fun and what I like to spend my money on.
Toxic now.
Yes, he is toxic. This is the angriest quarter pounder in the world. Stop running and open fire. Ugh, finally. How am I on top? I'm a medic. That's because I'm not doing my job. I'm a bad medic. I'm not healing anybody. I'm a trash medic. this guy. Yeah, I am happy that the Earth got a break for a year. I mean, I realize that industry and everything started picking up, but it's still below normal. I'm also happy that it looks like people are going to get money because in the U.S. because Congress is finally trying to do something for stimulus. Although I didn't really find the Democrats' request of that's ridiculous. If anything, I think the economy is going to need more because Congress waited so long. There are so many restaurants in where I live that are doing so badly. Somebody died. What is going on?
Need a doctor? Boy, demon.
And the game freezes up in a very inconvenient time. I think I'm dead. Yep. We died on the last one. Guys, come on. No, it wasn't. It was liability. I think it was liability. Like if somebody that's not what they were trying to do it. They weren't trying to do it um they wanted worker they didn't what the Republicans wanted is they wanted to make it so that workers couldn't sue their employer if they got sick on the job and not not and not so that employees wouldn't work. That's not you can't stop an employee from working. Also, it was never a thing that a worker couldn't get fired for for refusing to work. That's just a screwed up part of the U.S. The way the U.S. Worker protections work. I think they need to be beefed up. Honestly, what they should do right now is just until like mid March or whatever. I think that's actually what they're going to do. They're going to pay like 4 months of unemployment at $300. I think that's what they're going to accept. I think they'll also eventually come around to they might come around to a stimulus check, but more than likely they're just going to keep the unemployments at like $300 a week, which from what it's not great, but it's I think it's around average from what some states do. Yeah, unemployment. Working at anything relating to unemployment probably sucks. Need to change. Yeah, sure. Let's kick him. I can imagine they were contacting people because it was just crazy. The thing is that for I was I it was definitely an interesting time watching all the agencies absolutely going crazy, getting four-digit percentages increased in demand. Frank, I really have no idea what they're doing right now. I am happy that the stupid election issues are pretty much gone at this point because Trump has lost every. I mean, he never had a chance. I can't imagine why anybody would want to allow like how he thought things were going to work out. It's not like the Supreme Court is just gonna decide to install a president, so that's not within their power. Speaking of which, I gotta go early voting. I'm also happy that the U.S. is rejoining the Paris agreements, although it's more of a it's more the Paris agreements is more of a guideline than anything. But I am happy that the U.S. is rejoining it. Trump is not able to do anything okay, look, this is a thing that I also don't understand. Trump Trump is not an intelligent person. He's not. Nothing he's done is intelligent. He knows how to play to a certain type of person. Uh and he knows how to get money out of people because that's what he's done all his life. And that all this stop the steal election fraud fundraisers, all it is trying to get people to is collecting money. He's collected like $200 million or something like that to towards a campaign that was never going to win. I mean, there was no fraud. I mean, there may have been like some fraud, but it was so inconsequential that it would not have in any way uh, changed the election. At least on the level, like on the technical level, in term, I'm very happy with how the election went through. It's kind of sad that the United States election system is so archaic that just things like early voting, mail-in voting, are not as popular and straightforward as they should be, and counting is so slow. I know it's because of states' rights, and states are allowed to count things however they want, but I understand that, but that's not the way it should be. Like that's not you shouldn't get to do things like that the way you want to just because. Like for things for things like elections, there should be a federal standardized system. There have been times when I'm not necessarily against the idea of states' rights. There have been like a handful of examples where states' rights were used in a way that I found was good. It was something that I agree with, but in the vast majority of cases, it's mostly the very reason states' rights exist was to keep slavery. That's the only reason they existed. I don't think he. The other thing is, I think he's old and old. More stubborn than he would be normally. Although he was definitely a stubborn and not a very humble person to begin with. I also don't. I also think there should be some sort of age limit on the age of candidates, because it's absolutely ridiculous that there are so many people in the higher levels of Senate and other places that are in their 70s and 80s. It's not acceptable. The one thing I like about Republicans is that they do have a lot of young members. Not well. That's not necessarily accurate if comparing them to Democrats like that. Democrats have plenty of young members. There's plenty of young progressives who are not necessarily fond of being Democrats because they don't feel like Democrats are progressive enough, which I fully understand. And to some degree, I feel the same way. But Republicans do seem to do a better job of grooming people. For instance, I think Bernie Sanders would be his. I think instead of running for president at this point, I think I think it would be better served if he would try to train younger progressives how to. If he could mentor younger progressives on how to function in government, because he's been in government for a while. I understand that. That's what I'm saying. States should have certain rights, but the way it's outlined is stupid, and the way elections are carried out should not be. There shouldn't be theoretically 50 ways. It has problems. Like I like it. Like I like the fact that states can enact their own election policy. I mean, not election, but environmental regulation policy in some ways, like with EVs. Why are we kicking him? It just seems messy, is what I'm trying to say. I think that there are certain times when the state should be able to administrate certain aspects of governance, but elections I don't think is one of them. I am interested to see what Biden is actually going to do. I'm happy. I'm not. I wish Biden was more progressive, but compared to Trump, I'll take the win. Also, if even if a single Senate candidate wins, I'll be in Georgia, a Democratic candidate. I'll be disappointed, but I'll be happy. I am happy that Biden also decided to finally go campaigning in Georgia. I wish there were more parties, popular parties in the United States. It would be an even bigger mess in some ways, but it would be. I feel like the country would benefit from the choice. Woo! What was that? What is he doing? I can't tell if he's bad or what. Look, the thing I like about Biden, I think Biden. Okay, I could actually go with the argument that Biden is actually a necessity right now because he would be a good transition to a more progressive government, and I feel like he's more he's more calm. He's calmer than he's far less hot-headed than Trump was, although that's not saying much. But I think a cooler head like Biden would be beneficial at this point. It would be a nice stepping stone towards more progressive governance. Yeah, that's another funny thing is when I hear Republicans saying things like there's going to be Democrats are going to make free healthcare and they're going to do whatever to the police. It doesn't seem that bad to me. I never thought that the police should be defunded. I never understood that slogan. It doesn't even make sense. Like, okay, if you defund the police, you need police. You need police. They just need to they just need to be better trained. There need to be better there needs to be more oversight, better investigations. Well, the thing is that you're defunding it. You're taking funds away. You don't want to defund the police. You want to restructure them and give them basically force them to use other means besides getting out the military gear and being extremely aggressive. I also think I don't necessarily again it's I think there's a lot of complicated issues. Like for instance, I don't necessarily agree that weapons should be banned. I think that there's certain weapons that civilians should not have, but I do think that there should be more scrutiny with who gets the guns. Again, it's a complicated issue. There's economic arguments there. I don't believe in the mental health arguments because a lot of it's more of the mental state of the person than them having certain problems. Like schizophrenics and depressed people are much more likely to hurt themselves than anybody else, even more so than compared to the general population. Okay, this is the other thing. I would prefer that the military not be funded as much as it is because the funding for the military is crazy. It is really high. I think it went up like 50% in the past 15 years or in the past in the past 5 years or something like that. No, oh wait, that's something else. That's something else. It's gone up considerably, but at the same time I understand that the United States having a strong military is a deterrent in itself. And sometimes having a strong deterrent is useful for avoiding engagements, because an enemy or a hostile nation is less likely to try to pull something if they know that you have technological superiority. So, again, complicated issue. I don't agree with a lot of the things that the United States has done over the years, but I do think I would prefer that out of many countries, I think the United States is a safer bet. I wish they had less. I wish the political situation was more stable now. Hey guys. Got knocked down. I'm coming, guys. Oh, nope, they took care of it. Sweet. Um, my personal experiences with police officers has been variable. I've never had a super negative experience with police officers in the United States. Um, I've had some strange experiences with police officers. I've had police officers like I like one I mentioned that stands out is I was in the park late one night, and you're not really supposed to be in the park. I was walking my dog and playing Pokemon Go, and then some police spotted me. I think they were going to say something because they slowed down, but then they kept driving and they drove out of the park. Again, I've had very variable experiences with police officers, but none overwhelmingly negative. But I agree. There are a lot of people who don't need to be police officers who are in the force, and I do believe that the police officers union holds a little bit too much influence, and I really don't understand the aversion to a little bit of oversight. Like that's honestly all I want. Really, they can keep the military equipment if they submit to oversight. I'm willing to go that far. If that's what it takes them to agree to oversight, then so be it. You want expensive, deadly toys? You need to show you're responsible. There are some aspects where I believe corporate control should not exist. I mean, corporate's influence should not exist. I don't think anything about medical care needs to be have corporations involved. I don't think anything that involves prisons needs to be corporate involved. I I'm not sure how some of these ideas would actually work, and it would be nice if they were given serious consideration because I think they could work. Anyway, there's some decent good news in the past several days. So hopefully there will be continue to be good news from the U.S. government. And you take a lot of damage. And I'm back to using the pistol, and that was honestly overkill. This is such a great game. I don't understand how this game is not more pop. I mean, it's wonky. That's why. It's a little bit wonky. It's a different type of game, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. But it's not hard or anything. You do get punished for making stupid decisions. Yeah, that was stupid. I really have no idea what people were hoping to accomplish. What, in particular, what Republicans were hoping to accomplish by not accepting Trump's loss. I really don't know. It seemed really. I don't know what the plus side of it was. I really don't. Like, okay, you were difficult. Now what? I honestly hope that the two Republicans in Georgia do lose, if only just firstly I want to see the more extreme elements um, have a temper tantrum, hopefully without bombs and guns and other other things they've been doing. Also, just to teach some humility. They got so mad. They were talking about how Democrats were going to riot and break stuff, and then they ended up doing it themselves. There was that thing that there's that those whatever those you want to call those riots, protests that are happening in D.C. where they damage that historically black church. Why? Well, and the whole thing with Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani was confusing. I still don't understand what the Kraken was supposed to be. What was supposed to be the Kraken? The 50 failed court cases. It's just stupid. I don't understand what the point of that was, other than to be rude. And I'm unfortunately, I think from the extreme right. I'm not going to say conservative in general, but from the extreme right, which comprises a fairly large portion of the right at this point. The strategy seems to just involve being rude, which I don't understand. Like, okay, you're rude, but being rude isn't a platform. And Trump was never a good candidate. I don't understand why they didn't even try to. I guess they thought he was popular enough, and they were afraid that they might get losses in the Senate if they tried to get rid of Trump. But I don't think it was a good risk. I kind of wish that Trump will try to run in 2024, because that will keep other Republicans from running. That will keep other more competent Republicans from running. Yeah, that is really weird. I never quite, like, I kind of got it, but I don't understand why they thought that the Supreme Court, even if they put, even though Trump did put in 3 justices, I don't really understand why they thought that the Supreme Court would just give Trump the election. That's not it. Like, it wasn't even close. I do hope the electoral college goes away eventually. It makes no sense to have it that way. you can theoretically win the electoral college by campaigning in a handful of areas. Because there are a handful of there are actually not that many districts in the whole of the United States where the usually the that comprise a large majority of of voters, registered voters. It was confusing. The Republican strategy was confusing. Like I was honestly expecting more, but the only thing they got was the Hunter Biden emails, which number one again emails, and it didn't seem very creative, and calling Biden's other son like a drug addict or something like that. That's all they had. And I partially think that's why I think partially that's why the Democrats went with Biden, because he was a familiar name and he's boring. That's why nothing stuck to him, is he's so unbelievable. He's boring, and he doesn't take on bait. That was kind of Hillary's issue, is that she constantly took the bait. Bernie Sanders is frankly pretty guilty of that too. He takes rage bait pretty easily as well. Okay, let's not talk about politics. What's been going on with your day? Yeah, yeah, friendships are a weird thing. Okay, let's not die this time. Is anybody else gonna help me deal with this? Damn it. Okay, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. Come on, evacuate guy. Oh wow, that's a lot of crap in the way. Used most of my grenades trying to get away from that. Abandoned city and what? Oh, Minecraft. I need to play Minecraft. I just realized that I used to really be obsessed with castles and middle-aged buildings from the Middle Ages, and I never built anything like that in Minecraft. I would just always build really weird mines and underground tunnels and stuff. I never really built anything substantial, so I am planning on doing that next. Might have to abandon this area. Buddy, it's time to go. Oh shit, we're the only ones alive. Great. That's really cool. I didn't know Video Shorts had a Minecraft realm. My roommates and I have our own Minecraft realm. Haven't done too much with it lately, but I want to go back into it and start making cool stuff. I should have honestly been making to begin with. I really hope nothing big spawns because I don't. We're not well equipped for that. The trick with this mutator is to try to kill them as quickly as possible with a headshot before they get bigger. I have. How's Ace? I haven't heard from him in a while. I mean, I kind of peek into the Discord once in a while, but I haven't heard from Ace. Also, what happens to Rudy? I barely see that guy anymore. I know DBZ is having some sort of spiritual experience. I mean, come on, Minecraft is Minecraft has been around for a while, and video shorts is a pretty old community. We honestly need to find a way to bring in new blood. I wish we had big streams, some more big streams like we did back when Deebs was a frequent streamer. That guy was one of my favorite streamers. He was one of the first streamers I really got into, and I haven't really gotten into anybody else as much as I have with him. It wasn't anything in particular. It was just the weird things he would say and the odd behaviors. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It just everybody was like, I kind of saw what was going on with him. Like I talked to him briefly, but everybody was saying that he's like having a spiritual experience or something like that. It's like he's becoming like he's trying to be Buddhist or something. I don't know. Yeah, the community is definitely I'd say fairly unique. I do think that Discord has kind of become a drama queen magnet, and there's just way too much drama going on there, and I don't understand why. It's strange. What did you mean? I don't know. You said I really am curious where what happened to Rudy, because I used to, like, a year ago, he was pretty active, even he was pretty active streaming. I can't remember what he was streaming. You should stream. We need a. I want to find a way to get people from the people who watch my stream to video shorts, like a banner or link or something. Actually, I'm stupid. I can just do a banner to the Discord, or a link to the Discord. What's hitting me? Yeah, I'm not wasting ammunition on shrimp. Where are you? Gotta remember where that AA-12 is, although it's probably going to disappear. You guys really... Why is the frame rate so bad? This game has a major problem with lag spikes. I don't know why. Oh, come on, I have to keep at least one of them alive. I really hope I survive. Ah! It's so laggy and it's so busted. Like it keeps lagging out. Oh, we have this guy. I don't understand what's wrong with the team. Yeah, that guy doesn't. I don't know what's up with that guy. Screw this. I'm gonna play on another server. I mean, it's not hard. You shoot the enemy. That's what you do. Please connect me to another one. Please. Oh, thank God. See you soon. You know, the one thing I've been meaning to get since I've been playing around on consoles. SNES adapter. Cartridge adapter. Kinda pricey. Apparently has decent reviews. Did crash. It crashed. Are you serious? It's on the other side. Close that close that shit down. I really hate it when it does this. There's a command for it. I can't even log. I don't. This is so aggravating. There's really nothing I can do. Hold on. Let me log out and log back in, and I'll. Something is wrong with Killing Floor. I don't know what to do about it. Let me exit out, and I'll come back and think about what I want to do.